Oh, thank you, Koopas. King Koopa here.
Do you remember when an actor dressed up as Super Mario's arch-nemesis King Koopa hosted a children's program where he played short public domain cartoons and gave gift certificates for NES products to kids that made up the studio audience? This is the story of King Koopa's Kool cartoons.
A good helper during the holidays.
King Koopa's Kool Cartoons was an American live-action children's television show broadcast in Southern California during the holiday season of 1989 to 1990. The show was produced for the local Fox television station in Los Angeles, in association with Nintendo, and starred King Koopa, the central arch-villain from the Mario video game series. It was a low-budget spin-off of the popular Super Mario Bros. Super Show.
Hey, paisanos! It's the Super Mario Bros. Super Show!
It ran for one season for a total of 60 episodes, never to re-air or be seen again.
Who calls you a nincompoop?
The show would begin with a pre-recorded sequence featuring King Koopa, his Troopas, and his rat terrier, Ratzo, strutting down a Los Angeles street towards the television studio as they sing the show's theme song.
Koopa, Koopa. King of the cartoons. I got to show you better watch.
They eventually broke into a television studio where an episode of a children's show was already filming. Koopa and his entourage then take over the show and replace the audience. Koopa then glares at the screen as he screams, The audience of children were all given special hats shaped like Koopa heads and t-shirts with Koopa's Troopas printed on them. The children would actually get to keep the shirts, but the Troopa helmets, as they called them, were claimed by the producers at the end of the taping and reused for every show. King Koopa would sit behind a desk, and behind him was a piece of wall upon which hung pictures of Mario, Luigi, and Princess Toadstool as they appeared in the animated segments of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. As the show's MC, he would read fan mail and host quizzes. These quizzes were open to any child viewer, as responses were sent into the show via mail. Throughout each episode, King Koopa would play cartoons from the 1920s and 30s, which were in the public domain. The cartoons had absolutely no relation to the Mario franchise, and did not even share any of its major themes, such as that of a hero rescuing a princess or a damsel from a dragon-like or monstrous creature. Koopa's appearance and demeanor was based off his role in the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. The costume was also similar to the one previously used in the Super Mario Bros. Themed Ice Capade show.
Oh no, it's a computer virus. It'll release all the evil forces stored up in the computer.
And we know how evil they can be.
Who could have done such a dastardly thing?
Koopa!
King Koopa. Hey man, that looks like Mr. Belvedere.
Don't you adore chaos?
No!
Isn't cacophony divine?
No!
One little fly in the ointment.
Two actors portrayed King Koopa. Originally, he was acted by Chris Latta and later by Patrick Penny, who is most notable for being the pirate in the SpongeBob SquarePants intro theme.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
The show was originally broadcast to the Southern California region alone, possibly to gauge the title's popularity before expanding. However, the production of the series ended after its first season, but was later re-aired on the Children's Channel in the United Kingdom. Despite never taking off, the program was nominated as the Best Youth Program for the Los Angeles Local Emmy Awards. A notable thing about this show is that King Koopa's Kool Kartoons is an example of lost media, meaning there are no known surviving recordings of this show. The only clips are available from VHS recordings of the original broadcasts, of which only the show's intro, credits, and a 50-second clip have ever surfaced online. Rumor has it that the show was cancelled when King Koopa received an insulting letter from an angry kid. After reading the letter out loud, Koopa faced the camera, waved the envelope in the air, and said, "Okay, kid, you can say all you want about me, but I know where you live." But since no known recordings survived, this cannot be verified. Also, the success of the show probably wasn't helped by its initials being KKKK. Due to its poor reception and the show's failure to catch on, the show didn't have a big impact on pop culture. Little footage of the show is available, and it hasn't aired in many places outside of Los Angeles. However, those kids that did see the show back in the 80s seem to remember it fondly. One fan says, "I live in SoCal, and I remember watching the show all the time when I was a young lad. I remember specifically Koopa once held a contest to have kids write in and name Mario's father. I wrote in with Mari Old, which is a horrible name, and I didn't win whatever the prize was, but I did get a consolation prize, which was a subscription to Fox Kids magazine, which was a free magazine anyway." Another fan says, "I'm a SoCal kid who remembers this show fondly, mostly because of the grouchy, gruff-talking King Koopa. A friend of mine was even in the audience one day while I was watching. Of course, I confronted him about it the next day as he proudly wore his Koopa Troopa t-shirt. Personally, I remember watching this show on television and seeing this live-action King Koopa on TV. I grew up in the suburbs of LA, and I had no idea that this was a local-only show. I don't know why Nintendo targeted LA as the target audience for this, out of all the cities in the world, but I count myself lucky. I thought King Koopa was really cool on this show. My biggest memories are of him giving away Nintendo prizes like the Power Glove and thinking, hey, that could be me."
The Power Glove for your Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you and the games are one.
Nintendo and Mario were everything to me at the time. The Super Mario Bros. Super Show was my first favorite TV show, and I always made sure that I was at home and planted in front of the TV whenever it was on. Between that and King Koopa's Kool Kartoons, Super Mario Bros. Was solidified as a pop culture icon in my mind. I'm a collector, and one of my main reasons for collecting things is so that I don't forget them. Having a special show become lost media is like having a memory that is on the tip of your tongue, but ultimately is just out of grasp. Like many things from childhood, it can never be fully formed and is impossible to revisit.